Hey guys, welcome back. I'm EDC Connor, and today we have a special vintage watch. And for the watch, exactly similar like this one, Nevada, which is a bit lesser watch than this one, I got kicked out, booted from the Facebook group Modern Day Watch Enthusiasts because I called them out. And I will tell you all about it later on, but right now I'm going back to my roots. So today we have for review a vintage watch. It's a good value. It's made from steel. There are lots of these watches that are not made from steel, but this one is, and this one is the right watch to get. So every watch has a story. Back in former Yugoslavia, which is now Balkans area, uh, watches were very scarce. Uh, Yugoslavia was a communist country. They fought off the Germans, Nazis, and they formed a big country. It was very prosper, and one of the things that was prosper because they pushed domestic products. So buy homemade stuff. So importing watches and anything luxury, as you can imagine, in communist country, uh, wasn't that good. The president Tito, he wore Pateks. So as usual, there were vintage Omegas. If you work in a big company for 20 years of service, you get an Omega. If you work in a little smaller company for 20 years of service, you get a Omicron or Darvel, and those were the Swiss brands. I mentioned those. I reviewed those on my channel back in the days of the early EDC Gunners channel. But they were obscure, specifically made for this market, and nowhere else in the world you can find them. Also, common people wore Russian watches like Raketa and Vostoks and everything else, and it was an era of dress watches. This was not a dress watch back in the days. This was just the watch, and DOXA was one of the brands that has been more prestigious and more fancy and more good quality. Actually, there's a saying over here, Radi Kodoksa, that roughly translated means works like a doxa. That was a synonym for quality, craftsmanship, and the watch will never let you down. I've had many Doxa's watches. I don't think I reviewed any of the Doxa watches, but most of you know Doxa 300T Submariner, and that's a Doxa to buy even today. Some of them think it's a real watch and it's a great diving watch, but back in the day, Doxa made lots of dress watches, like or normal watches. Most of them are gold plated, but if you are lucky to find a steel case, automatic movement Doxa, especially it's a blue dial by Synchron Conquistador, then you got one of the best Doxas out there, except for the 300 sub. And this is the case. I was puzzled by this by Synchron, and I did my little bit of a research. Synchron was like a 3-star SEMA. Ernest Borel and Doxa, they get together and formed a partnership, and they created some watches by the name of Synchron. So you will see a lot of these watches by the Synchron, also SEMA and Ernest Borel. And Conquistador, it's a bit puzzling, but it was originally on a 300T Submariner or sub diving watch from Doxa, but there are lots of dressy watches with the Conquistador name. So I wanted to clear that up because I was a little bit confused about it. But here is the watch. This is automatic watch. It has a big date at 6 o'clock. Orangey second hand, which is probably at some point it was red. Diameter of the watch is 34 mils, but it wears like a 36, 37 because of the lugs and shape of the watch, and you can pull it off easily. On eBay, these usually go from 100 to 200 bucks, and I cannot say that you should get a Orient. You should get this watch instead of Orient Bambino if you want a dress watch, because you need to have a watchmaker to do vintage watches, and you need to know what are you working with, or you find a good deal and buy them on eBay for 50 bucks and ask for service history and stuff like that. Does it work correctly? So I got this one, asked nothing because I have a watchmaker, but this watch is spot on. It's accurate. It's been working on. So if you're asking where I got the um, band or bracelet on this watch, this is clearly aftermarket. I don't know. It came with the watch, and I will probably use it for some chronograph with 18 mm lug width because I just love this mesh style of bracelet. So uh, where did I got it? I don't know. It came with the watch. I got a watch, and how it came. It's automatic movement, has a beautiful sunburst dial, works flawlessly, and this watch is notorious that it works like a DOXA, and it's no for no reason. The case here, you have a brushed finish on the side. There's a polished finish, very nice, great condition for its age. So probably in 1976 it was bought and purchased. So you can put some kind of a date on it. And I usually hate that when the watch is engraved, but this one is. I can get it removed, but I don't think I will because it's cool. And I just want to show you, it has a signed crown, it's automatic, and you have that tri-star like a Synchron. You can manually wound it also, and it's automatic, it's Swiss. It's a very cool watch, and now I'm gonna show you the movement. Okay, I just loosened it up a little bit. This is first time I'm seeing opening the watch here. So, but I've seen a lot. They have usually ETA automatic movement, and this is also the case. This is ETA 2783 with the signed DOXA rotor, and it's very beautiful, clean movement. I can tell it's been serviced, and has 17 joules, no nonsense ETA movement, and that's what you get. That's what you expect when you get this DOXA watch. And here, let me just show you a little bit. Beautiful, clean as a whistle movement. No decorations, no anything, but it works. It's a good workhorse, and really something interesting to get there on the vintage scene. And I want to give you a little um I want to give you a little. Here says here Synchron SA Swiss made steel back, and these little notches and grooves, that's a service history. Some of the watchmakers like to sign, and you can see it under the magnifying glass. So I was kicked out from a Facebook group, modern day watch enthusiasts, because I called them out. They were selling. It's a group of watch snobs, but that's okay. I'm a watch snob too. I like good watches. I like this more than Orient Pino, so that makes you a snob if you do it too. However, I was kicked out because I know a little bit about vintage watches, and they're a group of basically um, self-proclaimed watch experts who like to badmouth Dion Harris, and the way they like to badmouth him because they have their own vintage shop, and one day they had a vintage Nevada. That's another brand that was very popular in former Yugoslavia, and I come from here. So, but it wasn't that. It's not as good as DOXA, and they were marketing it as a I don't know. They were speaking highly of it like it's an Omega or Longines vintage, and it's just a chrome plated or steel cased Nevada with the ETA movement, and those usually go on 50 bucks on eBay, and you can find them all over the place, and they were asking like 400 bucks, and I called them out on it, and next thing you know, I got banned and booted out from the group. So yeah, so this watch is, it's up to you to decide, do you want it or do you not want it, but definitely cool piece of history. uh we shall not let it be forgotten, and I definitely prefer wearing vintage watch over the some modern piece that vintage watches usually cost you less money, and if you buy one serviced, and sometimes if it's advertised on eBay that it's service, that service history, usually watchmakers in my area are significantly uh, cheaper, and they're equally as competent for these kind of watches, and it's not that expensive to service a watch in my area. So uh, this is a good piece. It needs a little bit of a cleaning here, but I haven't touched it, and just wanted to show you and do one of those old style ETC gunner videos. And I love this mesh. I don't think it works good on this watch, but I'm gonna definitely keep it for some of my other watches, vintage, maybe some vintage cool chronograph would do wonders on this mesh band. And yeah, that's it, EDC gunner. Thank you for watching. If you like watches, give me a subscription, subscribe. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, it helps a lot. And yeah, that's it. Until next video, see you guys.